These are
Okay, so
sounds.
now that we have looked at the vowel sounds in the Taleng language, let's now consider the consonants. How many consonants?
Yeah. As far as my research, so to call it, is concerned, I have come out with 17 known consonant sounds. There are some special ones that I'll be introducing. You have a sound like n. It is not a popular sound, but in Taleng we use it. Adding that to the 17 makes it 18. Okay, so those are the monotones. The monotones.
Okay.
We have other diphthongs that we'll be looking at, but for now, let's look at the
consonant
monotones.
sounds.
Yes, the consonant
monotones.
sounds as far as the Taleng language is concerned. So the first consonant sound is b. B. That's the B alphabet. B. B. So words such as ba, clearly you hear the b sound there. Ba, a dog. Then you have a word like p, child. You have a word like bing, to block, bing, to block something. Yes, you have a word like bed, to close. You have a word like bo, to beat. So it's the initial sound you hear is the b sound. So it means that clearly b is a consonant sound in Taleng. Then the next sound is d. 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 That's the D alphabet. D. Great. So you have
C is out.
C is not part of the Taleng consonants.
Maybe if you look at the Grune,
yeah,
there's no C. Or the Kusal.
Kusal doesn't also have it.
Okay.
Though there are other sounds that we may look at in the diphthongs that may sound
like C
and H put together. And then the C, the way it sounds, if you bring it, there's another sound that is just the same. So we agree to use the
sound
K.
Like you said, something like Chirek.
Yes. Those are in the diphthongs.
The diphthongs.
That we'll be looking at. We'll be looking at those
But
things.
the consonant sound,
the
C,
the K
cannot
stands in place of
the C. Yeah. Okay.
Right. So it's
So
the K is there.
Okay.
And so we would consider that. Right. So you have the D sound. A word like da, to buy. A word like de, to block. Good. Then a word like diba, sticks. A word like dad, wood. So you see that in all these words you have the d sound. Just as I said earlier, we are just trying to get the basic things. They are when we begin to work on the development proper.
Yes.
You have deeper words.
I know where people will come in.
Yeah.
Then we all sit together and then look at
we
how
solicit views from people.
People have interest
Yeah.
in building this language.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go on.
Maybe when we go deep, we may try to look at their places of articulation, their manner of articulations and all of that, but just basically the sounds that we want to look at for now. And so the next sound is the F sound. F.
The F.
That's
alphabet.
the F alphabet. Right, so you have a word like film. Film is
white.
you have the sound neat. Yes, the place is film. Place is neat, clean. Right. Then you have a word like fal. Fal, a space. A space. Yes. So you have the f sound there. Then you have a word like fulik, fulik, to fetch something from something.
Fulik.
To cut.
To cut
there's
something.
a cut meat. Or fulik nungla. Right, and then you have another one like fin.
Fin.
To fetch, either to fetch or to pinch.
To pinch, okay.
Or fin mama. Or finikila. So clearly sound is in Taleng. Then you also have the next sound, that's the fourth one, the g sound. G. That's a G
sound
alphabet. Great. So you have words like Gaelic to cross over. Galagam.
Oh, Gaelic.
Galagam yevugla. Galagam yakha. To Gaelic. So it's a word in Taleng. So you have the G sound beginning, and then you have a word like Gillic. Gillic zila.
Gillic. Weed around.
To weed around. Yes. Then you have a word like gu. Stop it. Block it.
Stop.
Great. Then you have a word like ga. Gamtanla. To dig. So clearly the G sound is in Taleng. Then the next sound is the aspirated sound H. That's the H sound. This particular sound is limited as far as getting words where it begins is concerned. You may have it either at the end. Mostly it is always at the end, than the infix. So you have a few words, however, like Hali, that's attitude. Or Halibumaha, that's attitude. So you have it,
The word like ha is the style with me. How do you pronounce it?
Hali.
Or harame. Which one is proper?
It's tree that has been borrowed and
so
normalized.
Or hard mama.
Yes.
Or hard mama.
It's a tree word that has been borrowed.
So or hard mama. This is not our.
No. It's not just Taleng at all.
But you see, we speak it.
Of course.
Or hard mama.
Yes. Or harame. We use it. In fact, old ladies and old men use it, and
yes,
it's been somehow accepted, but it's tree. It's tree. So the first word I have there is Hali, and then another word is Ha.
Dear ha.
Ha. Kem ha.
Okay. Ha.
Kem ha. You see that I told
you
that.
So Imbozang, you don't add.
Ha is a word that can stand alone, but it may not make a lot of sense if you just use it as it is.
Yes, that's what I was looking at.
So in other Taleng speakers, you have it sa, kem sa, kem ha, kem sa, ha, sa.
So until you add, you see, it do not make.
It may not make a lot of sense. So that's why I said that aspirated sound has limited words, but they are there. A word like hoi, hoi is in Taleng, an exclamation to express a shock. Hoi, whoa, you see, it's there. So you have the sound showing at the beginning. Just like I said, it is more prominent in the middle or at the end than in the beginning. But these are just a few words to show that the sound can be found in Taleng. Great. Then we go to the next consonant. That's the sixth one, the K sound. K.
The K.
That's the K alphabet. Great. So you have a word like karak, karak, big, something that is big, right? And then you have a word like king, walk, right? Then you have a word like key, millet. You have a word like ku, death, right? So you see that the k sound is there right at the beginning of the word. So we can confidently say that the k sound is in Taleng. The seventh sound, the seventh consonant sound is the O sound.
Okay.
O, that's the L alphabet. So you have a word like lang, to burn, lang. So you have it there. You have a word like lim, to taste. You have a word like lu, to fall. You have a word like long, to cross over. Then you have a word like leak, to cover, leak and label. So you see that
Out of
these
that
words-
leak and the faint one.
yeah, leak or faint,
Leak.
yes, fainted. Yeah, it can also be used. That's why I said the words run over. You have some words that have several other meanings, right? And then the eighth one is the sound. That's the M alphabet. Others say others say whichever way you call it. I want to keep a certain tone, a high tone. That's why I keep. You see that all the sounds I've mentioned, I keep them on high tone so that you don't confuse our learners. So right. So you have words like ma. The sound is there.
That's mother.
Mother. Yes. You have a word like malong, culture. Malong is there. You have a word like midik, to press. Yeah. So milim. Good. So this is evident that we have it in the Taleng language. The ninth one is others say others say whichever way you want to call it. You are right, but like I said, I want to keep to the tone, the high tone, right? So you have nara, that's the early millet. Great. You have word like ning, body. Great. You have a word like nung, meat. You know, so you have the sound in Taleng. The 10th one is p,
the
P alphabet. So words like pang,
strength.
energy, or strength, pang. The p sound is there. Pil. You see that I've been adding the vowel sounds to them so that you can hear the consonant sound clearly. To roof. Pil. Great. So you have a word like pain, to borrow. Pain, to borrow. Then you have a word like perik, to force. Yes, somebody to do something. Right. So the p sound is there in Taleng.
Okay.
Now, the 11th sound, the r sound, the R alphabet. This sound, though we have it in Taleng, but we don't have it beginning a word in Taleng. If you come across one, you can let me have it. But whatever words you may be coming across, if it will not end up being an Hausa word, it will be a Twi word or something.
So English in other words, it will be a borrowed word.
But we have it either in the midst of words or at the end of it. So it can either be an infix or a suffix, but it will not be a prefix. Okay, so the r sound, you have them in words such as park. You hear at the middle somewhere. So once it is part of wordings in Taleng, then we can say it's one of the sounds that we can consider, though it doesn't begin words. So park, to cut, fruit. Then you have a word like kuruk, ruk. So you hear the r sound in the middle somewhere. That's a metal. Then you have a word like park,
open.
That's open, parkma, open. So you hear the sound somewhere in the middle. A word like boar. So the ending of it.
But looking at the boar, we also have boar, the free.
Yes, those are free variations.
Where
you are. I prefer the boar. Okay. That is because of where I belong. The part of the Taleng speakers I belong. But I prefer to call it boar rather than boat. Okay. Others say boat, but it's boar. So you have it at the end of it. Whatever be the case, it's Taleng. So it's there. Right. So Nara. So you have Ra. You have it somewhere there. Great. So that is that for the R sound.
Well, as you said, maybe when we come together
all
as
of these
team,
things,
maybe some may find words beginning with, but well, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. The challenge is thrown to everybody.
Exactly.
That
is why we are doing this.
If you come across one, we would examine it. Exactly. We examine it. So you see, you look at a word like tober. At the beginning, others will say tobit. But where I come from,
we'll come to the free variation and see.
Yeah.
But,
okay.
So let's look at the rest.
The next one, that's the 12th sound, is the S sound.
The S alphabet.
S. Others say S, but you can have a S. All right. So that's the S alphabet. So a word like sa, rain. Yes. So you have it there. You have sirik, to reduce. Sirik to reduce, something. And then you have another word like sil. I'm using some of these words just to bring our minds to where we belong. Sil.
Exactly. That is the blood.
The bloody soup.
The blood soup. Let's say bloody soup.
Bloody soup. The blood from animals.
Blood from animal. You kill an animal, then you use the blood to
prepare. All right. Then you have a word like sock. To hide something. Right. And then you have a word like su. Not shoe. So those who call it shoe, it's wrong. It's su. So to feel something. And then sock. To hide or to range something. And then sol.
That is
sol. Sol.
To dowry. But okay, the other one is soulmate.
Soulmate.
I was taking that one.
Soul. To dowry. A wife or a woman. Right. So that's the S alphabet.
The S one.
The 13th one is T.
The T alphabet.
The T alphabet. So you have a word like tang. That's a rock. Tang, a rock. Ting, a land or a place. Ting, a land or a place. To dig. To dig. Then the other word is T, to vomit. To vomit. So this clearly shows that the T sound or the T alphabet is in the Taleng language. The 14th one is the V sound. V. V. That's the V alphabet. V. V. So you have a word like va, collect,
Va.
or together.
Va.
Vam, killer.
Van killer.
Yes. Then
Va.
yes. You have another word like V.
V.
Shame. Like I was saying, some words are used based on the sounding. So when you beat somebody, the va is not just used for every beating.
Vam killer.
Yes, vam killer. That one is also there.
Vam killer.
The va.
Vam.
If you beat somebody with your hand, you cannot call that va.
Va.
You can only
It depends on the
use
gravity,
maybe
the
a fan
action
or a
that
cloth. So if I say namvaina and I use my hand, mova.
Okay.
So you see that there is some kind of technicalities in the use of some of the words.
So the va you must use
Either a
something.
pen, a fan, nazan of vaina, nazan kiken of vaina, because of the sound. When you beat it, you do va.
But if you do your hand like this and say now va, is it
It's
not
wrong. Nangme.
Nangme. The hand is used to beat.
Yes.
But
Though it's
va.
also a kind of beating, but you use va because of the way it sounds. If you beat somebody with the cloth, it will sound va. And so by vaina, you don't use the hand. You either use a rag or a cloth or something. That's for another day. Then we go on. The 15th
one
sound is w. W.
The W.
W. The W alphabet. So in words like wa, to dance. Wa, to dance. No. Then walik. Walik is a name of a certain animal.
Yeah, walik.
Yeah. Or you can also say walik. Walik.
Walik
deal.
Walik mula.
Great. Right. So that is there. You can also talk of wulik. Wuligam.
Bah.
Bah. To bring down. Wulik. Great. And then you have another word like wong. Wong. Abun wong. A weakling. A weakling.
Okay.
You know, somebody who is not strong enough. That is mostly used for cattle. Now wong. A weakling.
But human being too.
Well, we have
Can be used.
human wong. Yeah.
And they say that they want to compare you to an animal.
Very fine.
One.
Yeah.
Also, one can wham
Wam.
fit
Yes.
here.
Yes.
Wham.
Yes.
Be wham.
Yes. Wam can mean several things.
Okay.
Wam can mean something warm. La wam. La wam. It means the thing is warm. It could also mean a very good person. So wam, yes. So this shows that the W alphabet
Is there?
is again in Taleng.
We have it.
Then the 16th one is ye. 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 That's the Y alphabet. You have words like yam. Yam. Wisdom. You have words like yin. Outside. Yin. You have words like yil. A branch. Yil. You have yil. Yil. Problem. You have ye. Where. So that again shows that it is there.
Okay.
Then the z alphabet.
The Z
sound. The Z alphabet. So you have a word like zang.
Zang.
Zang. Take.
Take.
Good. To take something. You
Mm.
have a word like zin. Zin. To sit.
To sit.
Zin. You have a word like zulung.
Zulung.
Zulung. Deepness
Mm.
of something. And then you have another word like zugum. Zugum. To shake. So those are there. And just as I was saying, the ng sound, the ng sound, ng. Though in many Ghanaian languages, it is there somewhere in the middle or the end. But in Taleng, I want to throw this challenge. If you have a varied view, you can share with us. But a word like ngang, ngang, or nganger, victory, victor. I am hearing the ng sound at the beginning.
Then echo.
Ngang,
Okay,
ngang, ngang.
Nyang.
Others say nyang,
Nyang.
but Barre, Bego, and other areas say ngang, or ngangya, or ngangya. You see, so you have it in there. A word like now, one like a now, noisy place. Now, see that it is there in the Taleng language. Naker, Nintangla nakere, naker, shine. Okay. When we come to the free variations that we will do, maybe in our next video or in our latter part of it, we will look at some of those things. In other areas, they will say nyang. Other areas, they will say ngang. That is there. But I say that once some Taleng speakers use...
Where is Marek
them
fit in?
Yeah, so Marek is not there. The last sound there is G. Marek. I will come to look at there's a lot of changes. When we come to the diphthongs, there are a lot of things that when we studied Grone, they existed. But in my careful look at Taleng, I'm not seeing them. We'll come to look at some of them.
So these are all the
consonant sound, the monotones.
The monotones.
Yes.
Well, viewers, we are looking at the development of Taleng language, and here with me is Reverend Patrick Boazii. My own name is Reverend John Wundengba. Well, viewers, at this point, we'll look at the diphthongs in Taleng. That is, we're putting two sounds together to get a sound, or two words, two consonants together to get one sound. That is what we are going to look at now. So, Reverend, diphthongs.
Yes.
Let's look at some of them in the Taleng language.
Yes. So
we have some.
Yes. We have a number of them. Okay. There are not many, though. Okay. But you have a sound combining two sounds to form one sound, like the D and J. There's a sound called J, J, but we don't have it as a sound standing alone as a monotone in Taleng, but we have it adding to D to give a sound like J, 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 J. You see, so if you have a word in Taleng, if you have ever heard jar, you hear, yes, speakers of Taleng welcoming somebody. Jar, jar. So you hear J. You are not hearing just one sound. There's D and then J put together. Consonants. So you hear it jar, jar. That's welcome in Taleng. You have another one, though not spoken by all Taleng speakers, but the people of Goruk, I think say, and some part of Yindor, and then other part of Bun and Namu, saying Jaluk. Jaluk. That is a mad person. A mad person. Jaluk. So you are hearing Jaluk. Jaluk. Yeah, so that is there. And then you also have another word, G. G. G mbonla. Hold it. Hold. G.
So here we have two sounds.
Yes, so you have the G.
Putting them together to
yes.
get.
Yes. So Jim Kanzin. Hold me to stand. Okay, so it's there. Then you have this lizard, Agama lizard. In Talent we call it Jaku. So you are hearing
we have the Jack. Okay, the Jack is the male one.
Yes, that's the Agama.
The Agama lizard, the male.
So Jaku.
Jack.
So in Talent we can say we have this thing in Talent. Then there's another one that combine with w to call it mwa. So with w. You see that in the Groni version we had it with ng. With ng or w with ng. But here I'm seeing more of it. The coloration of it is and w. And w. That is mwa. So with that, we have a word like ma. I'm talking about with w. So wang. Some say wang. If you listen to, I will come there. If you listen to some Talent speakers, you hear wang. So that is what they use. That's monkey. You have a word like Marek. Just listen to the sounding well. Marek. Though others say Marek.
So the way you are pronouncing that is the written one. The speaking one is also different the way we pronounce it.
Yes.
Marek.
Yes.
You know, just mentioning Marek.
Other Talent speakers say Marek. So we can't deny them. That's why we are starting. Let's get the debate on.
Exactly.
Let's see
that
what is not accepted, what is accepted, so that we can
move on.
We are not trying to pose ourselves as people who know all.
No.
So we are inviting all views. All right. We have another word called It's a kind of a corner wood. Those days, we used to have these rooms that they would dig with gravel. They would go deep to the forest and cut very strong wood to support the digging inside. We call it moon. So that is what you are hearing. That's what you are hearing in that word. Then you have a word like nguk. Those days, the herbs, our grandparents used to boil and then give to the children by force. You know, they will be drinking the water with the hand supporting to push it through. So we call it or ngu. to drink. See that is what you're hearing. The initial sound is the sound. Great. So that is that for the second one. And the third one is ma. The first one was ma. The second one is ma. Ma. So while others say ma, others will say ma. Ma, to cut. Ma. So in Taleng you have a word like ma. You also have a word like marek. Marek.
Marbil.
Marbil. You have it there with the mwa sound. Then you have a word like medic. Medic. Medic ma. To 10. Yes, medic. Then you have another word like melik. Melik.
Malak.
Yes, squeeze.
Squeeze.
You have a word like man.
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 Calabash.
Calabash. You are hearing the ma sound at the initial stage. Then the fifth one is b, g, and b put together.
Put together. That's G and B.
Yes, the
put
G
together.
alphabet and the B alphabet put together. Call it b, b. So a word like ba, to arrest. Ba mo, ba. That's what you are hearing
To catch.
at the initial stage. Then bim, bim to tie. Great. Then a word like be, to break down.
To
Be, to break down. Then a word like boom, boom, a book. That's what you have there. Then you have a word like be, to investigate.
Be.
Be, neighbor.
Be neighbor.
So
Investigate.
those are some of the few diphthongs we have in Taleng. We are open for more if there are any. Let me state that the mwa and mwa and ma, they are a kind of free variation. You move from one area of Taleng speaking to the other, and they are using a different thing. And so some use marek, others use marek. Some say wang, others say man. So wherever you find yourself in the Taleng speaking area, you have a diphthong that can be used. So thus far is what the Taleng diphthongs or diphones brought us.
Well. Thank you so much, Reverend.
I want to use this opportunity to acknowledge our lecturers, the groaning lecturers.
Okay.
Professor Vian Saw, Mr. James Ababila, Mr. Samuel Atentono, then Dr. Helen Atipoka. They have been great and they are doing well. They are training more people to come and add up. And as we had that training, we are applying that to also work on this Taleng language. We are grateful. My working with Africans too has also exposed me to more ideas. I salute Africans, the director and all the staff. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Reverend Patrick Boazii. Well, viewers, this is where I have to end the show. You listen to the development of Taleng language, and I was with Reverend Patrick Boazii. My name is Reverend John Wundengba. We looked at the vowels of the Taleng language, then we considered the consonants, then the diphthongs. I want us to go deep. I know very soon the interested parties will come in. we have stakeholders who have interest in the Taleng language. Let's come together and build a language. As the Reverend said initially, the language is you. So we have to work it out together. At least then we can write books, and we can also compile the Bible or translate the Bible into the Taleng language. When we have orthography, we can do a lot of things with it. So let's come together and then build the language together. God bless you, and I know we will meet another time. Stay blessed.